What matters is she cares enough to take care of herself and look good. The first, well, hold on. That's not what matters primarily, but okay. It's like, yeah, you know, we're both Christians, both share the same values, but she's got a great set of dicks.
She ain't never gonna lose them.
I mean,
Congratulations, Elizabeth Warren. You've essentially proven that you are the whitest person in America.
It's whiter than Dove soap. 99.44. She's 99.9.
Old commercials, I love it.
She said, I'm Native American, and Papa has high cheekbones, and he has no chest hair, and I have no ass, and we smoke peace pipes, and we don't process alcohol well because we don't have the proper genetic. Like, you picked all of the stereotypes from the show, threw them into a pot, and said, here, vote for me.
She doesn't even drive a Jeep Cherokee.
The comment was something like, and he writes this out as a script. Her, do you like my boobs?
Oh.
Me, yes, I like them a lot. And then in parentheses, many other compliments. Then ... in parentheses, trigger button. Sorry, again, this is the email. Then where I f***ed up, quote, maybe they could be a little bigger.
oh.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So,
This email goes on for a while.
just till midnight?
She believes that the only way she's going to feel loved is if she gets constant words of affirmation detailing the specifics of why I love her boobs more than all other boobs.
I don't know that that's possible to say.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, ye have the fairest tits. Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Oh my gosh.
Who has the best fun bags of them all? I have to finish
Yeah,
it.
it was not a good move, not a
I
good
tell her that you are my ultimate physical attraction because I am in love with you. She tries to force me. I tell her as she ages she's going to look stunning because she won't have seconds.
You don't look good now, honey, but later you're going to be aces.
But all she cares about is now. She says that all I will care about in the future is that I was your ultimate physical preference. But there's a big difference between saying I might have some Native American blood in me and actually checking the Native American box instead of white, which is what she did for Harvard. It's the exact opposite of Sean King, who claimed he was the victim of a hate crime because he was black, but then he checked Caucasian when filing the report.
I want to say I'm Asian. I want to say I'm 100% Japanese.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, why not?
I'm a
You really
6'7", 6'7" Japanese coming in hot with a hairy chest.
You would rule the island, my friend. You're the largest Japanese person I've ever seen.
They love tall people. I used to work at a Japanese restaurant. They used to call me Godzilla. I'm dead serious. No, they're like hilarious. I'm not making fun of them. Like a lot of Japanese people would be like, "You're so big. Can I climb you?
You're so big."
I think this is...
I was a busboy and they didn't tip me. Like, not only did I not make money on it, I just love being around them. Felt like Gulliver.
Yes, I think having sex before marriage does something that it shouldn't do to you, right? It focuses you on a physical part of the relationship that you don't need to be focusing on before you've developed all the other parts of your relationship together. And I think that's one of the biggest
Or in her
reasons
case, don't.
to wait. Yeah. But here's the thing, too. Both of you guys are spending way too much time focusing on... As I'm trying to be serious over here.
I'm sorry.
Jerk. So, look, I think as you... I want to kill Steven so many times during the day.
I know. Okay. Right? If my wife at one point was like, oh, you know, you got one ball looks it looks different from the other. One looks like it sits like a vertical Cadbury egg, and one looks like it's horizontal. I'd go, I guess I never thought of it. Shall we continue with our prior? I mean, it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
And
Well,
work it out
that's
like
what
2
makes me
years
think
though.
if he's been nitpicking. Like, let me ask you this: are you getting into fights? Right? Are you getting into fights and every now and then throwing in like a jab or something like that? Like, well, no, I'm just mad because I'm hungry because dinner was so small. Like your tits. Not all men are rapists. Let's start with that. But all good men hate rapists. All good men that I know would fight to their very last breath to prevent an innocent woman from being raped. Even hardened, do you have any idea who get hardened criminals in prison? This is the thing that's so crazy to me. If you're a rapist and you go to prison, ironically, you're getting raped, which we joke about and is fine. And I'm not saying that I'm upset about that because of the double standard. I think it's funny. The men you cling to when the wolves are at the door, they're never the white knight modern male feminist who travel in packs like the wolves. Those men are cowards. They don't respect women. They're just looking for an in. And I saw this at the Change My Mind with the guys walking in going, oh, I think that this made my friend cry. You're just trying to get laid, man. You don't even have a point of view. You don't have any beliefs. How am I supposed to believe that you're going to stand up for anything? Guy I have a lot of respect for, someone who works in this show, Johnny Boy. I've told the story before. I don't think I've ever told it on air. This is a true story. This is why he became my best friend in high school, and I'm fortunate enough to have him working on the show. I was talking with him, right? So you're me. And he's talking on the bus, this is the front of the bus, the camera for this is the back of the bus. He's talking with me. I'm between the camera and myself right now. I hope I've described this. And we were talking probably about Jaws or something. He was obsessed with Jaws. And there's a kid at the back of the bus throwing pennies. And they're hitting him in the back of it. And he's talking to me. He's getting a little bit annoyed. Tells me, hold on a second. I see him walk up to the back of the bus, this kid. I believe his name was Matt. He says, hey man, could you do me a favor? Could you stop throwing pennies? Guy says, yeah, what are you gonna do? I say, okay, could you stop throwing pennies, please? Walks back up to me, sits down in a chair. This is me, right? This is the front, you're the camera, you're the front of the bus. People listening on audio, you need to go watch this. This is a visual, okay? I'm creating a diagram, just like the score, where they have the tunneling. So, goes back, talking to me about 30 seconds later. Ding, ding, ding. More pennies hitting his head. At this point, my friend Johnny Boy stops, looks back. In other words, to signal, I already asked you about this. And the kid just looks at him, gives him one of these. I think gave him the finger. Nothing else was said. We continued talking, and the pennies kept going for about 2 minutes. Until all of a sudden we hear, ding! The kid was getting off. It was his stop. By the way, they were in the same grade. There wasn't a size discrepancy. As the kid's about to walk off the bus, looking over, grinning, my friend Johnny Boy is talking. He goes, hey, hold on one second, stops me, stands up, looks at him, and hits him as hard as I've ever seen a human being get hit. And the guy stumbled off the bus. And about 30 seconds later, because the bus driver was going, it's correct. He was French-Canadian. He kind of came to. He goes, yeah, get off at my stop. Let's see what happens. Well, here's the funny thing. The next day, guess what? He has to get back on that bus. He did. Not a word was spoken. He didn't go out looking for a fight. He wasn't a bully. But there was nothing wrong there. That was righteous indignation. That was righteous anger. And guess what? He's a friend of mine. He's the guy I would reach for as a buddy when the wolves are at the door. And that's the kind of man you want to be to your woman, to your friends. And if you're a woman out there, that's the kind of man you want in your life. And ironically, when we see this all the time, even though I believe you're strong, independent women like my wife is, like Johnny Boy's wife is, like my mother is, the only ones who are so weak that they have to scream to be heard are the liberal feminists.